In this video, I'm covering my cartoon eyes packs. I had previous ones that were released for free. So I had like over 100 brushes that had all these really cool textures. I had my ones that are geared towards like Halloween themed stuff, like my slime pack. And the basic artist pack, I have my color palette for skin tones to kind of get you started there. And now I have the cartoon eyes. And all these again are for free. So, you know, donations are welcome. They do go a long way and they help me continue this channel. Go under the name your price option. And, you know, if you want to donate $1, boom, thank you. If not, that's fine. You can put in $0, say add to cart. And then I already did this previously, so you can see. But you can add all the eye packs if you want to. And then once you're happy with that, enter your email, hit get, and you'll get a link provided to download. This helps me keep track of which packs that you all favor, and it kind of helps me gear towards like what I should create more of. If you favor like the cartoon eyes or like the cartooning packs, I can kind of make things that are more custom towards that. But anyway, that's how that helps me help you guys. So let's dive into Procreate and see how you can actually use these things. All right, here in Procreate, I already kind of sketched out a weird, rough monster creature kind of thingy. So I'm gonna just add the little line art that I already created for this thing. And then I added like some basic color flat layer. I kind of cover like my coloring method in a previous video too. I'll probably link that on the top corner. But adding some basic shadows and highlights. And now we have our like start of a cartoon character. So we're missing the eyes. The eyes are so expressive and like it kind of conveys more of the story. And I'm gonna go through my top 5 brushes from these packs that I favor the most. So starting at number 5, I like my blank kind of set to begin with here. So it's literally called blank 3/4 eye there, if you can't see that, hopefully. If I wanted to, I can draw in, you know, pupils anywhere. I can have them low. I can have these things high up if he's looking up. I can have these things crossed if I want to. Yeah, there's just very versatile, and it allows me to do all kinds of really fun things with these. You can kind of, if you wanted to stretch this around, shrink it, you know, make it wider, if they're really surprised or something, and you have like the pupils looking way up, you know, this is a cartoon, so that things get stretched and pulled in fun little ways. So this is a really good one to kind of start with. It's very versatile.
Bonus tip.
If you wanted to, you can select one side of the eye with a 3-finger swipe down. You can duplicate it and flip it over, and you can always make these things like a straight view, you know, like straight on view. So now it's looking directly at you versus a 3/4 view. And you can do the opposite and go the other way, and you'll get weird kind of facial expressions doing this as well. This is like my unamused eye set. It's so expressive. It just changes the vibe of like the whole character. He's just like, meh, I'm done with this. So these 4 out of 5 of my top ones, honestly, are from my first eye pack. So this is the unamused eye. And again, this thing is really versatile. So just to kind of show you what I mean, I have another blank layer. I'm gonna tap it, and these are all like stamps. You don't really brush with these things around. It's just you tap it and create it. So you can also resize it and all that fun stuff. But I'm gonna tap, make my little eye. And again, because these are so versatile, you can get the straight on view looking straight at you. I'm gonna erase one side of this, duplicate it, I'm gonna flip this over. So I'll do this slower because I know I'm moving a little fast. So what I did was erase one side. Now I have one side remaining, right? And you can swipe down with 3 fingers and duplicate it, or you can swipe to the left from the drop-down menu and duplicate it. Sorry, if you all know this, that's fine. But if you're a beginner, this might be, you know, helpful for you. So that's who this part is geared towards. But anyway, so now I have a duplicate. It's right on top of my other one. So I can tap with my little arrow. Sorry, I'm out of frame here. I can tap the arrow on the top. And then now I can press this flip horizontal button. So it's gonna flip this side to side, boom. So now I have a duplicate of the eye, but now it's straight on. So see what I mean? So now I have the one that's looking directly at you and then one that's at a 3/4 angle. And from here, again, you can always customize these things. So So I can, if I wanted to, I can kind of erase the, oops, I should merge this down. I use 2-finger pinch to merge these layers. So I can erase these pupils if I wanted to, and I can make it more exaggerated looking down. And I can have it more like goofy looking and have the pupils opposite ways, like it's cockeyed or something. I can have this person, looking up. That's more like looking at you, but you get the idea. So you can get, it's almost like the blank starting one that I had if you just erase the pupil. And you can also manipulate these further by making your selection. So what I did there is using this little top button to make my selection. And then with the arrow, I'm trying to fit this all in the frame. My camera's not high enough, so I apologize. But make my little selection. And then I can kind of, using the freehand option below there, I can stretch, I can shrink this down, make it even smaller. So I get this really, really like diverse thing I can do with this, and just have my little pupils right here. Can make these lines thicker. You can do all kinds of fun things with these things. That's why I like this cartoon pack. I have my 3/4 view looking down. So similar to the blank look and the unamused one. Again, I'm gonna go to a blank layer here. This is what this thing looks like. And just like before, you can always manipulate these things. You can pinch, you can stretch, you can shrink it down. You can, delete one side and flip it over. Oops, let me deselect that. There you go. Delete one side. I'm gonna flip this thing. Boom. And now I have the front view looking at me, but that same little vibe. So honestly, you can like almost double all the eyes in this set by just erasing and flipping one side. Then you have like the front view, at least from the 3/4 view eye sets. So front view of this thing, same eyes. 3/4 view and front view. So again, this is really versatile. You can always, again, move the pupils around and play around with these things. You can, to your heart's content, make it all fun and unique. It's just like angry eyes. So this is actually in the second cartoon pack. So the first one was from ProtoART Eyes 1. This is from Cartoon. This is the angry eyes. And like it says in the name there, they're just really angry, like eyes. Really, really, really intense. And it already has like some shading built into it. So you can see like if I zoom in there, there's like this little gray kind of look. And just like before, I can erase one side. And just like we learned by now, right? 3-finger swipe, duplicate, flip it. And now I have one that's looking straight at me. Just gonna merge those down. So now you have the angry eyes 3/4 view, kind of at an angle, and now you have one looking straight at you. So again, even though that it doesn't seem like there's a ton of eyes in these sets, in reality, it's almost double everything when you do this. So hopefully you all appreciate this stuff, because it did take a long time to make these things.
Bonus too.
If you ever mess around, I didn't save this as a setting, so this is a good example. And most of the eyes, I have a little preset already saved, a reset button. So if you ever mess around, if you want to know how to do this, actually, you can make your own, but you label it whatever yours is. So the ProtoArt, right? Say okay. So from here, you can say create new reset point. And then it's going to prompt you, it's going to ask you, hey, are you sure you want to save it? Say yes. And then I'm going to say done. So now if I ever mess around and like change some settings that I didn't want to change, like if I added jitter or something I didn't intend to do, I'm like, oh no, I messed it up. You can go back to the about this brush and then press the reset brush, and it's going to reset to that reset point. So I did that for most of these. Apparently I missed a handful, so my bad, y'all. But anyway, so coming in at number 1 is my Skeptic eye set. So that is back in our ProtoART Eyes first brush pack there. It's just called Skeptic. And I changed the order of this just for this video, so they're not quite organized how this is, but yeah. But this eye set, just like the others, is very versatile. It just gives your character so much different emotions and characteristics there. And I will demonstrate here. So I have a blank layer, and I have my little Skeptic brush selected. And just like we did before, we can delete one side. I think for this, actually, I'm gonna cut this though. So I'm gonna make my selection, 3-finger swipe down. I'm gonna say cut and paste. So now these are both on their own individual layers. And just like how we did the other ones, I'm gonna duplicate them. Flip this over. I'm gonna merge that one down. And I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. So I'm gonna duplicate that. I'm gonna flip it over. And then I'm gonna merge this one down. So from this one set, like you can get a lot of versatility here. So again, I'm gonna do this one more time here. So I'm gonna duplicate this. And then I'll flip this one. And let's see, so I don't confuse myself. I'm gonna move this down. Move this one down. So what I'm demonstrating here is that you can create a lot of different variety from one single eye set. You can make all kinds of really fun, unique designs just from this one set of eyes. Again, you get like 6 from this one set. And you would do the same thing with this. You would copy it over, slice it up. And then again, this is just one right here, or it's like a squinty front view there, but yes. Anyway, y'all, I can keep going on and on about these different brushes because there's a lot in here. And all these have their own like really fun little vibe. I have like really intense, like more manga style eyes there. And you have like, swap these brushes over. Maybe they're yelling or something and little teeth are showing. But yeah, you can create some fun little looks with these things. Anyway, hopefully this was hopefully this was helpful and somewhat entertaining, and you all will check these things out. So as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below what you'd like to see me cover next. I have been covering a lot more like AI related stuff, and I don't know if you want me to continue with that or if you prefer videos like this. So again, check out my little cartooning packs with these really fun, unique brushes that allow you to do both inking and sketching. This is very versatile. If you haven't checked this thing out before, you can use that for like your rough sketch, and when you're finally happy with that thing, you can use it to actually ink. It's just a really versatile brush. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.